That's me in the corner. Hi. Welcome to AlphaWit Thursdays. And I'm Wit. That's not Alpha. That's just my wife in the background. But I'm putting my feet up on the desk, and so it does make her look like the center of the shot because I didn't adjust my webcam. Oh, and there's a little dog in the corner. Say hello, little dog. There you go. I'm actually joined by the Alpha part of AlphaWit Thursdays. Say hello, Alpha.
This is AlphaWit on Radio 69.6 saying, remember, all it cost you was a choice.
All it cost you was the choice.
We'll see you next week, and oh, wait a sec.
Yeah, you are actually outroing us. And if this is like a fun way to say you don't feel like streaming tonight, very creative. But we're doing it anyway because I believe this is the finale of Strange Horticulture.
Actually, it's much simpler than that. I'm just confused as all hell tonight.
Yay, great. That's exactly what we need in this sort of mystery game. Let us get back in.
Can I see the game?
Absolutely not. Let me go to...
Okay, cool.
I'm trying to find a place to click into my Discord window to share the game with you, and everything on the left side of the screen is a button. So I couldn't find a safe place to click for a moment. How is that?
Seeing.
Clicks?
Hearing.
Alrighty. Let's do it. Way indeed. The mystery is afoot. We have to stop, maybe not the end of the world, but at least like the end of the nearby surroundings because a cult summoned a monster and we wish they hadn't. And if we can collect 5 magic flowers using this little poem to tell us which flowers they are, we can perform the ritual to banish the thing back from whence it came and save this part of England.
Save Christmas.
Ding dong merrily on high. Oh, the holly and the ivy would have been such a better choice. It's a plant game after all.
So we're closer to having the entirety of this list down than not.
We've got, I believe, 3. We have marked with red tags because we suspect they are part of this, based on what our... It's so funny that this ended up being one. Based on our book about plants and what we've learned about each one over the course of the game. My question tonight is there any evidence that our shop is financially solvent?
Nope.
Because even the people who come in and like just, need a salve for their itchy skin or whatever, we don't ever exchange money.
We have never been paid, and we have never had to pay out, so as far as I'm concerned, it's an economic wash.
I suppose that's true. Everything sounds a little loud to me, so I am going to treat myself to turning the volume down on my whole computer with the buttons that do that.
Well, I suppose I should say stuff while you're doing that just to kind of lend itself to checking the balance.
Thank you for doing so.
And also beggars and dildos way.
All of the things we've come across.
All the things we've ever talked about to end the show. And all it cost you was your dignity, or how does that go again?
I think all it cost me was mine. Alright, let's get started and invite our first customer. Faye Swift, I believe, is the psychic. The dreams have changed. I understand now what I need to do.
Oh.
When your librarian friend visits tomorrow, give her this instead of the palliance that she will ask for. Huh.
Why?
She knows something that she's not telling you.
So, first of all, what did we just get? Oh, wow, we were right at the ass end of a day, huh?
I guess. I don't recall being at the ass end of a day, but here we all are. So, this plant, long, thin leaves, quite rigid. Aroma is sharp and citric. So, this is still not blue tufts, which I remember Aguria being. I don't think I'll ever forget at this point.
Yeah.
Daisy Dock has very distinctive leaves.
That's not a match.
Devil's Night Trap.
Nightcap. It's
Whatever.
Eventually I'm gonna learn how to read this. It's fucking it's an evening drink, okay? Let's have it that way.
Indeed.
That doesn't match either.
No, it doesn't. Evulum. I actually think we have a suspicion about.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar. Farmer's Worry continues and will not stop being a mushroom. Lesser Meridoc, I know we have a suspicion for, but we can take a look at it. Small yellow florets, nope.
Too few petals.
Lyle of Neptune, ah!
That looks pretty likely to me. And,
Also called Truthsayer, this plant will force a person to tell the truth when eaten. The sparsely petaled pale flowers give off a strong scent.
This might actually be good advice then.
Well, wait a minute. I remember sparsely petaled flowers. We think this is something.
It's got a hairy stamen.
It sure does. Are the L's up top? No, they're not.
No.
Oh, we don't.
Okay, so I'm going to, based on the way this plant was described to us in handoff, convinces me even further that this is indeed Lyle of Neptune.
It is quite compelling. I would just like to find the one I was thinking of, because I remember it looks crazy. But I don't see it anywhere, so maybe I'm losing my mind.
What about that pea plant that, what is it, Palliance, that she's going to ask for?
That is a great question. We have a suspicion about Palliance.
So that is supposed, this is supposed, so basically which supposed do we want to chase here?
Indeed. Thought to help filter toxins from the surrounding air. I mean...
I have a thought on that decision, but I'll let you take it.
I'm conflicted, of course.
I don't like being lied to.
It's true. I know you. That is an automatic for you. Wow, I wonder what plant I was thinking of because I just don't see it. I think I may have manufactured a whole plant in my mind.
Looking at all these, it's certainly possible. I mean, if you look at plants enough, you'll start dreaming of plants.
I guess.
If you think about sex enough, you dream of abstinence of the forced kind.
Alrighty. Let me sit up straight so we can do some typing because this game involves typing. Now, do you want to... I was going to say, do you want to read this, but we have earmarked red to be something else. So I'm going to...
red right now is for the recipe that we have sitting on the desk there.
Indeed. And so...
So the answer of Palliance will have to wait another day.
Yeah, the psychic predicted that she'll come tomorrow. I think I'm inclined to use the Lyle of Neptune.
Cool.
I don't feel perfect about it.
I have no morals and a sense of pride to protect, so.
No, you have morals. They're just not the same as everybody else's, but you feel them quite strongly. All right, we're ending the day. And I'm going to pull from the deck of cards. Sorry, you first.
Equipped with the artist's knowledge, she journeyed west to the stone circle. That should have a comma in there. Unknown to her, she was not alone as she made her preparations, and that should have a space after the comma.
Yeah, I think there is. All the other spaces are much bigger, huh? I was gonna blame it on kerning, but it really is.
The moon is all the way ass full.
And the comma in the first sentence is optional, but yes, it would make it easier to read. Endmore Raven Spider sounds like one of those stone circle puzzles. I'm curious as to why there's both.
Could be that this points to 2 locations.
It's either 2 locations or a midpoint, or the spider could be S for south, are the 3 things I'm thinking of.
And why does it seem like day 13 would be the perfect day on which to end a story like this?
Because it's creepy as hell. Let's go. End
Is
more.
there an end more?
I'm sure there is. There's gotta be.
I found it. L29.
There it is. Oh, we were supposed to do this with the map slightly smaller, so we could pull out our stone circle. Goes on end more.
So the raven points to H29,
Mm-hmm.
and the spider
Doesn't exist.
Yes, it does. It's 9 o'clock. It points to
Oh.
L25. So we have 2 points of interest here. H29, L25.
Alright, if you can remember that, I will click them. H29. Oh,
I can't read it. It's blurry.
there are more important things I could be doing back at the shop.
All right. Well, L25 would be the other location.
Our wandering view has yet again wandered.
Not very far. This time.
No, thankfully it usually stays around the W's. I'm gonna water the plants to try will to explore again. My other theory is that it's a midpoint between them somehow. If each individual location isn't one.
If that's the case, the direct diagonal center would be J27.
What was the other one?
It was L25.
I can see the Seigerg to the northeast across the river. That's all it says.
Zeiger to the northeast.
There's a place called Seigerg Castle on the map, which is northeast of that point. It kind of just sounds like a filler text.
Yeah,
Let's try the midpoint.
that would be J27.
If that's not it, let's do a person and think about it while we're doing a person. There we go. Say it again.
J27.
Thank you. There are more important things I could be doing back at the shop.
Yeah. Bring somebody in. Let's give this some thought.
I cannot figure that out. Grace Enright. Have you heard of this masked woman? Imagine having that amount of power. Nations would kneel before you. You would be a god. That creature, it's huge, unstoppable, and they say it obeys her every command. It would certainly come in helpful with my father-in-law tomorrow. I guess I'll have to settle for some Daisy Dock to help me get through it instead.
Well, we do have it supposed.
You are correct. And we get a book entry. For dead man's fingers, this fungus is typically found in dense forests protruding through the mulch. At a glance, it can appear as though a corpse is reaching up from the undergrowth, said to strengthen resolve and sharpen the mind.
We do have a couple of fungi around, right?
We do. We have that black one. Who says, looks eerily like a ghostly hand.
Well, there you go. There's our supposition for dead man's fingers. What if it's a two-step directional? Take the Raven Square and then Spider from there. From age 29.
Oh, that's a
would be age-
very interesting idea.
So that would be age 25. The gauge is full.
Yes, it is. You did that math in your head?
It's not really math. It's a matter of the fact that you get 4 squares over from any of the cardinal directions, 3, 6, 9, or 12. So 4 up got us to age 29 for the Raven, and then 4 left of that, which is what we did from Enmore to Spider, is 4 squares. That length would not change. So age 25.
A jackdaw croaks, hidden somewhere nearby. Strange shapes of old stones pierce the long grass. Among them, some plants grow. 2 plants!
Cool. For all the extra work we did, damn well better.
What a crazy plant.
Those bulbs look familiar to me, and I'm sure we could make a correlation in the book too.
Alright, tell me about yourself. You look like something terrible has happened to a tomato. Though the baubles look soft, they are in fact quite hard.
Well, thank you, but I'm sure you didn't need to feel me out.
And the leaves are strong and leathery. So, devils... Okay.
That grass does not match either of those plants. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, it doesn't.
No. Alluvium is the little leaves that we have thoughts about. Farmer's worry continues to be a mushroom. We had a supposition for Lesser Meridoc, it's the yellow florets. We have a suspicion for Lilac Neptune. What's next? Meekdew, we have a suspicion for. Again, smaller florets, not one of those.
Yes, we have a position.
We sure do. Sheep snap. Oh, the green seed pods of the sheep snap have a hard outer shell and sound hollow when tapped. To the south, they call this plant bulbs of Bayonne.
I would buy that.
Indeed. And we don't have any supposition, so that's pretty promising. Here. And for you, the leaves are strong and leathery. That's a mushroom. We have a suspicion for Storian. Trimblehuff looks nothing like it. Widow's Woe, long thin leaves. Nope. We know nothing about it. So it's gonna go with the problem children.
Okay.
How many yellows do we have floating around these days?
I don't know off the top of my head.
1, 2, 3,
So,
4,
what are you doing on
5,
that side of things?
6, 7. He's probably in Dungeons and Dragons. 8, 9.
Ask your alchemist if Warriorless is right for you.
Not
Not the Viagra, thanks.
that 9 does not include the unconfirmed elixir.
The
So-
miracle elixir.
Yes. It's Hope of the Damned or something. So we have
Keep
one.
it off your dick, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 blank entries.
And we have
9 yellows. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 unknown plants.
okay. Now I don't know how many plants are actually in this book, so we don't know. We don't know.
We don't know. David Schaefer, the postman. This letter was delivered in an unusual way. There was no address provided, just the horticulturist spelled wrong.
Yeah, the I is missing.
I have to assume it was meant for you.
And so is the U, the horticulturist. What have you got for me?
If you know your plants, this letter is for you. Well, step 1 is it magic? Yes, it is. Ho ho! So you got it working. Oh yes, it works. Look to the north of Bowfell at the source of the river Esk. Nobody knows it grows there. It will be our little secret. Ho ho. So,
I'm sorry, what was the town name? I can't read that font.
north of Bowfell at the source of the river Esk. So,
Bowfell at the source of the river Esk. Where is Bowfell? And how is it spelled for that matter?
Bowfell.
Okay, so Bowfell. Good.
Yeah, or Bowfell, I suppose.
Searching.
I'll be honest, I haven't found the river Esk yet.
Bowfell D14. And the only river source to the north is
Oh.
C14.
That makes sense.
And that does appear to be the river Esk, so
It does. I was looking further north to find its name.
set a course, engage.
Sure enough, I find a plant here that I have never seen before.
Oh, but I think the book might have.
Do you think that might be the Trimblehuff?
Possibility.
This is a finished clue.
How close to a pacifier does the book entry look?
Bell-like flowers and heart-shaped leaves.
I'm sorry, but those look more like binkies to me.
A bit.
Clipboard's gotta go. Place for the moment.
A cross-section of the small cup-like flowers. They
It's a
generally
fungus.
point downward.
Sorry, I'm looking at the mount cap. Go on.
I figure it's a, well,
I would buy it this late in the game.
I'm not fully convinced because they flare outward at the bottom and the drawing comes inward, but I'm not convinced. I'll write it down for now, but it's on thin ice.
It's just flaring its nostrils, that's all.
Where do we keep the T's?
Did it land right in place? Not quite.
Absolutely not.
Close though. Very close.
It's our only T. Fascinating. Okay.
I know somebody who likes tea.
So let's go back to the letters that we haven't decided to archive. This is instruction about the smuggler's disc, which I'm tempted to archive because we know how it works.
I have to. Wait, hold up. Let me see the second paragraph. Both parties must be in possession of a disc of identical size with the same symbols. We don't have somebody, I don't think, with the same disc, do we?
We do because we're getting instructions that work, but we don't know who it is.
That's probably why it's still unaccounted for. Like, we know how to use it, but not who. Quentin's elixir.
And I think
This
we
is not the one.
just don't have all of the ingredients or wasn't able to figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, we do have that seed pod now.
A 5-pointed leaf to grant courage. A red flower to protect the mind. And a seed pod for luck. Was the Daisy Dock courage?
It could be. Very good, yes.
Okay, so there's one. Red flower to protect the mind. What red flowers have we got?
So it is the sheep snap for luck. We have candlewood. Perfecting the mind. Okay, then we can do this.
Okay.
So here's our candlewood.
So that's Daisy Dukes. Candlewood.
And our absolutely bananas. Let this distill. We've done it.
I am maximally convinced that we can purple that now.
Indeed. You also should be purple.
Does the book agree that... Where did it go? Where did it put our...
Yes.
Okay, so it does agree. Then that is most certainly sheep snap. The other two we had confirmed, right?
Yes. And the other one had been Daisy Dock. Yes, that is confirmed.
Excellent.
So this can get archived. This is clues about the ritual, needing 5 plants, etc. And where the ritual site is created.
And that's the thing that has, that's the thing that's on our desk right now.
The
Right?
actual recipe is on our desk. Oh, you know why this isn't checked off? Many hundreds of years ago, a site of ritual importance was created near Blackcomb, to the south of the Watcher, the Great Oak, and the Dendra was ousted from this world. So it's just where we're going to end up using that.
Got it.
This is some more clues about fungi. And antidotes. And I'm sure that will come up.
So the only thing we didn't have out of that recipe, I believe, was the ankle grabber. The vine, whatever that was called.
1, 2, 3. We were missing 2.
Well, one was the ankle grabber.
Yes.
Which
What
was
we
there,
we suspect is what it will be, but we have no actual conclusive evidence.
Yeah.
We know the last one. That's the cure for the Dendra.
Yeah.
I believe it could be Long Barricund. That is the lifts curses.
Yeah.
The Fear Bringer. This is the Elderfinium, which is the cure. Said to induce fear. We don't have the ankle grabber, and we don't have the corpse's friend? Or we haven't... Now that does sound familiar.
I think that was Devil's Nightcap, actually. The
Yes.
Yeah.
So-
I'm super convinced from the lore that we've heard here that Swift Snare is the last one.
Thora Dunn. My husband likes to forage for mushrooms, but I'm worried about the last ones he's brought back from his latest venture. He's just been on a trip across the lake, exploring the woods to the west of here.
Oh.
He's got a bag full of odd-looking mushrooms that he says are perfectly safe, but they don't look edible to me.
Mushrooms, you say?
I have brought one with me to help identify it, but he's hoarding them because he thinks I'm going to throw them out. I'll come back tomorrow.
Okay, so today is not the end of the day, I imagine.
Mushrooms, woods west of Undermere across the lake.
Alright.
So Undermere is here. Directly west would be G20. But do they also mean this little lake?
Well, that's Lake Undermere.
So I'm going to say it's G20 then.
The other possibilities, if that is wrong, are anywhere in the square to the northwest. So anywhere from F19 to G20. G20 being the likeliest.
Mushrooms. How have I never been here before? They're hard to find at first, but soon I'm seeing them everywhere. Fairly simple.
We have enough fungi that we can at least make a cross-reference.
The red caps have a spongy texture. Please be Farmer's Worry. Come on, man. I think it's been in the book since the start.
So has Agoria.
No, Aguria we got. A spongy mushroom with pointed abilities. Only safe to consume in small quantities.
Did you say we got Agoria?
We did.
When?
It was a reward for something. It has not been in the book this whole time.
Well, it is in the book now.
Yes. I mean, Farmer's Worry was one, I think, of the original entries when we got the book.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
That's what I meant by that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is probably it.
I'll buy it.
They use the word spongy twice. I've done more with less.
Not much with spongy.
Alright. And then I guess another person. Oh, hi Simone! What an unexpected surprise. Lord Fremont told me he was able to help you find some information on the servant. I've been looking all over the library, but all I've discovered is a mold problem.
That's unfortunate.
I'd hope you might have some sweet breath that could help clear it up.
Well, we've made our choice, right?
Yeah. It's gonna
on
be
the bottom left.
a bummer for the friendship, but I think this is too important.
Truth. See, friendship and truth go hand in hand.
I didn't want to mention this, but Fremont gave me something else from his archives, a recipe for an elixir. It's the key to link to the servant.
Good.
In theory, it would be possible to wrest control of it from the woman in the jade mask. In theory. But the only records I was able to find are hundreds of years old. And even if it works, what then? The power that can be wielded through the Woken Dudger is too great for any one person.
Perhaps with that attitude.
We should stick to the Sisterhood's ritual. I mean, she's totally right. Who would you trust with an, unstoppable killer hellbeast in their employ?
Me, I hope.
And what would you do with it?
Send it after the bad guys.
There's no such thing as bad. Everything is too nuanced for that.
Send it after everybody on the planet.
And this is why we're sticking to the Sisterhood's ritual. Our description is for a plant called sour bandy. The sour bandy can help with memory recovery, especially if the memory has been deliberately sabotaged. The name of this plant derives from the fact that, although edible, the large stamen is extremely bitter to the taste.
A bitter phallic stamen. And this is
The elixir of control. The link between the servant and the master is not fully understood. What we do know, however, is that the link can be broken at the expense of the mind of the master. In doing so, a new master can take their place and assume control over the servant. A strong will is required when consuming this elixir, lest the mind of the drinker is overwhelmed. It is believed the power of a stone circle can amplify the effect of the elixir.
I see. So one of them is
Farmer's
one of them
Worry.
is Farmer's Worry. Yeah, let's take a look up there and see if we can find.
It's Witch Fig.
All right, and the purple one.
I think it's Solomon's Scepter.
Think so.
I do.
Well, we have no strikes. The worst thing that can happen if we try this is we take a strike.
I can tell you right now I'm not going to use it. Unless the game forces me to. I hate this idea.
Perhaps, well, let's at least try it and see if what we're thinking is right.
It's true, we could get a confirmation out of Farmer's Worry.
Indeed. That's good enough for me. And
Yep.
notice the check mark.
Yep.
It is indeed Farmer's Worry, so we now have 2 labels to turn purple.
What's the other one?
I don't think you switched the Lyle of Neptune. Make that 3 at that point with the elixir.
Alright.
Cool.
Yep.
Now about that sour bandy, do we have something that qualifies? We get enough phallic objects in here that I can't keep up.
Oh, some of my stuff got moved about.
Oh, do we want to turn the Devil's Nightcap red? For the corpses red?
Do we? I don't know if it's been... What's happening to me? These are all fucked up.
Oh, do we need a union break to get these back in order?
We sure do.
Okay.
And you.
So while you're doing that, I'll tell these guys out here what's going on in the future. So after we finish off with Strange Horticulture, we're going to do a little game called Colossal Cave, which, if you're a fanatic of the old DOS text games, Colossal Cave was one of those. Plot being basically treasure collecting, not too different from the Zork trilogy, if you've ever played that either. But there is now a fully 3D graphical, real-time, voice-acted remake of this game that came out, headed by Roberta Williams.
The Roberta
Yes, that's
Williams.
the Roberta Williams of King's Quest fame.
Because this was the game that got her into game designing, and she is so fond of it that she felt very strongly that it needed to be updated in order to be preserved as a historical document of one of the very first computer games.
Yeah, if anybody here has ever played any of the King's Quest series, she and her husband Ken were responsible for that. And they obviously came through Sierra Online with that. So yeah, that's going to be a really exciting thing that we're going to do as soon as we're finished with this, be that this week or next week or whenever. And I will be hosting that on my channel, AlphaStar DX. Same bad time, same bad place as we're here right now.
I think it's this. It's got the large lumpy stamen. Yeah.
Alright, I'll buy it. Sour, bandy, yet tastes bitter.
Okay. Next.
Now we don't have any other elixirs, right?
Not that I believe.
Okay.
Lorena Chapman. My cousin will be married in 3 days. If you've got some Trimblehuff, then it'd save me the trouble of going out to find it myself. The answer is a solid maybe. If you knew my cousin, you'd know she's not worth the trouble.
That's fair enough. Here you go.
We all have a cousin like that.
Further right.
Still not fully convinced, but here's our opportunity to find out.
Oof. Take that label off.
I don't know that I can.
Alright, pull that away and...
Interesting. Alright, we're looking for bell-shaped flowers. That's been proven.
Can you examine the blue one on the leftmost of the unidentified?
Could be.
Worth a try.
I'll be
That's
damned.
it.
Alright.
Alright, so...
Glowhorn, or forest lantern, or pixie lamp, is phosphorescent, illuminating the trees that it grows under. Suspicious travelers avoid walking towards it, fearing that the faint lights will lure them to their demise.
I do see the obvious guess, but does it have polyps on it?
It does. They're just hard to see. I tremble. Welcome to the family.
Now see, that's exactly what I want to see, is we start getting pages that identify these things. Oh yeah, that for sure is the... What was it, the glowworm?
Glowhorn, I think?
Glowhorn.
Yes.
That for sure is it. Oh, how perfect. Alright, in the big old open slot.
This is the end of the day.
Indeed. And I don't believe we have anything to chase right now.
I'm getting worried because I feel like this might be like the last day or so.
The shepherd watched as she prepared the leaves and roots that she would require. He watched as the hours dragged by, the sun set, and she worked by candlelight, at times sitting still, at times moving like a dancer among the stones. Wait, did the shepherd switch pronouns here?
No, there is, the shepherd is watching our
Okay, got it.
girl that
Yes,
we've been
got it.
following this whole time.
Got it. The change happened suddenly, but also subtly, so that at first the watcher was not sure that anything had happened. Then he saw it.
This is probably the Great Oak.
8 miles to the east.
And the Great Oak was an invisible thing on our map, which I believe I asked you to write down.
Yeah.
I don't suppose you have that handy.
Was I smart enough to keep that note?
Well, I know roughly where on the map it was. It's at N9. And then 8 miles
Oh,
east of N9.
there it is. It was all shoved over on my notes. All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And 17 confirmed. Can't read it.
It said nothing was there.
Huh.
How many more great oaks could there be? What's greater than that oak?
Yeah, let me see that again. Hold still. Yeah, and 9, alright. Was it not the... Wait. Can I see that coin in the items bin?
Gosforth.
Ha.
Well done.
I was looking at the items. I remember there being something with a tree on it within the items. The only thing that makes sense is the coin out of what I'm looking at there. This is good though. This is giving me confidence for Colossal Cave because I'm like really worried that I won't have the skills to do that when the pressure and the lights are really on it. I don't know why, because I know I can, but like, you know.
I'm told the main way to get through it is just save all the time.
That's the Sierra way that they teach us in every single game.
Gazing at the still water of the lake, its black waters draw me into a reflective trance. Here and there are flowers that I don't recognize grow along the bank. I got 2 plants.
Okay.
Could you be a Guria? Could you be?
Won't you please? Won't you please?
No. It's not.
Why won't you be my flower?
The flowers are very delicate. The petals fall easily. What do we got?
Devil's Nightcap. No, not Devil's Nightcap. I'm thinking Farmer's Worry. Ignore me. Go on.
What's up, little girl? Let's go outside.
Those leaves.
Outside? Oh.
No, I was trying to click that. Nope. That's not the one I was thinking of. It's not Meekdew, because it doesn't have florets. It's not Palians, because we have suspicion. It's not Sour Bandier Storian. We have a suspicion about Widow's Woe. What am I missing?
Let's go through them and see.
Still not a Guria, because that's not lamb's wool, that's just sort of spiky.
Right. Deadman's Fingers, we have supposition.
Mm-hmm. And maybe I had been thinking of Daisy Duck, just knowing that there was.
Yeah, that has been confirmed though.
And still not Devil's Nightcap. God damn.
That's such a bad letter for this.
Yeah, that font needs some work. They're definitely not Evulum, and we do have a suspicion. Farmer's Worry is still a mushroom.
But why is it not confirmed, I wonder? Because we got a check mark for the elixir that it was attached to.
Yeah.
That having been said, why is that not?
I guess it's not 100 because it was a pictorial.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm calling it. I think it's fine.
Yep.
Glowhorn is pretty obviously the thing that it is.
Yep.
Neither have small yellow florets.
has small florets. Palliance has the paired leaves. Spring waxcap is a mushroom. Storian has dark red fruits, and neither of those do.
Widow's Woe, we have supposition.
Oh.
Or
Hang on. What do we think is Widow's Woe?
dark red flowers, and the book even says this.
Okay.
Or dark flowers.
So the reason I was in on this is because they talk about how delicate the flowers are.
Yeah.
But this one also talks about its scent, and this doesn't. So I was a little thrown off, but I think our original supposition was correct.
I think we're stuck with those for right now.
I think you're right. Well, let's see who's willing to shop on this rainy day. Thora Dunn is back. Well, he went and ate those all bloody mushrooms. And of course, now he's sick. Is there anything we can do? I have just the thing. He's in a bad way, and I'm worried about him.
But what exactly was it he ate?
Farmer's worry.
Do we have the Royal Gentia?
Yes, we do.
Oh wait, we must, because it's the question marks.
Good luck. Hooray.
And it gave us a book entry.
That hadn't
Oh.
been identified?
No, it was identified. But wow.
Yeah. Interesting.
I'm not going to ask questions. I am, however, going to say that we have the Liverstone.
Caution is advised when handling this plant due to the strong paralyzing agents contained within. The liverstone is a mushroom with pointed caps.
No doubt about it, we have it.
You think it's the black one?
I do. Does the book say anything about a smell?
You just heard everything the book said. But it's a pretty compelling picture.
Yep. I didn't think I heard a smell. But that's certainly enough for me, the visual. Dr. Liverstone, I presume. Shame you can't burn the plants like incense on that candle.
That would be kind of neat. Alright, who's next? Forest Bear. Oh,
What the hell happened to you?
I have been to Blackcomb. I have fought the servant and lived, but still my adversary stands. It must be defeated. For my part, I am ashamed to say that I am done. And my soul could use the tonic of St. Quentin's elixir if I am ever to recover from the horror that I have seen.
I'd say you're permanently cured from seeing anything out of that eye, at least.
Oh, I managed to click behind it. Yes, we were correct. And we receive Prittle. Coveted by the rich, pretty Prittle is crushed to make dyes. This is a very rare plant that is hard to come by and requires great care to cultivate.
I'm pretty sure I see it with
Indeed.
no doubt in my mind. Brittle. We must truly be nearing the end if it's starting to give us entries for plants we don't have labeled.
Indeed. What are you? Okay. That's the spot. Alright, who's next?
Alright, let's move on.
The male. There is a hateful man I sometimes see around town. He's called Isidore Burbridge. Yesterday I saw him bending down as though to pet a stray dog, but instead he punched it as hard as he could.
No. Okay, he needs to die.
I rushed over and the coward fled. someday he'll get his comeuppance.
Yeah, this guy needs to be dead.
Yeah, that's a heck of a thing to introduce in the late game. Sadgil Chalice.
Well, obviously this is another stone puzzle.
Yes, it probably is.
Okay, first.
Oh, I
set.
found it. It is whatever 28.
Doesn't help me. I can't read the. Oh. It looks like.
Chalice.
Looking at this.
It's
Chalice is 6 o'clock. so
whatever
it's
that word the river sprint is exactly where we're going. It's on the box where it says it.
G28. Engage.
The chalice clue takes me directly south of Sadgil to a spot next to the river. Moss-covered rocks line the banks, velvet to the touch. In the moist conditions, a deadly-looking plant grows abundantly in the lush grass. Feed me Seymour, indeed. Tell me about yourself.
We officially have ourselves a little shop of horrors here.
Sharp thorns grow along the edges of the upper leaves. That hasn't been in our book yet.
That couldn't possibly be the swift snare. Could it?
I don't know. But we don't know. Listen, we've just gone through all of the entries we don't have with a fine-tooth comb. We would have remembered something with that description. I don't think we've got it.
Alright, well, we'll wait to label the Venus flytrap until later then.
Verona tells me you are working on gathering the plants for a ritual that will help us defeat this creature.
Correct, and I really hope you have the last one, pal.
I want to help in any way I can. From what Verona told me, I think this might be one of the plants needed to perform the ritual, but I'm afraid I do not know where it can be found. You bastard. I hate it when you're right based on nothing.
Hey, no, hold on. That wasn't nothing. We've been hearing about this all throughout the book.
We heard about it once.
Yeah, but we heard it. This isn't off of nothing.
It's not nothing. It's true. Swiftswear has small, heart-shaped leaves. Oh, what are your leaves?
Those are not it.
Are you sure? The book said Swiftswear has small, heart-shaped leaves.
Is that it?
We've done more with less.
I know we have. It says nothing about bells, though. That's what's worrying me about this. Can we make in...
We can wait.
That's elixirs, because...
We don't have to call it right now. It can be in the back of our mind.
Our record is really good, though. What do you think?
Let's give it a day.
Alright. Because, I mean, there's like a one hand and the other kind of thing here. On the one hand, we've got the record to support it, but on the other, there's an extra piece on the plant.
My daughter is getting married, and I want to decorate the church with nice flowers. I believe there is a plant with small blue cup-like flowers that is supposed to bless their union. I think it's you again.
Cup-like.
Yeah, it was just Trimblehuff again.
Well, that's fantastic. Except we get
Yeah, I know. In theory, that person should give us money.
That makes me so sad.
Ennis Aylford. Oh, the cultist. I can't help noticing that Dreyer Huntsman is still alive. Oh, he wanted us to poison him. You don't seem to understand the importance of our work here.
What are you going to do to
If you are
us?
not with us, then you are against us.
Is he about to hand us a strike?
When the redemption comes, and it will come, you will regret your actions.
Is that all you came here to say?
Praise the Dendru. Evidently.
That was fucking unwelcome. Alright then.
I'm actually, totally fine with religious people who are like, you'll get your comeuppance in the next life. because as a non-believer in the next life, it's not like they're hurting me in this life, the one that matters.
Oh, no. I'm all right with that, which is weird of me to say because I am very much not a non-religious person. But my problem with him is he gave us nothing for our plant quest. That's why I don't like him.
No, I think we got a whatever. Okay, so he gave us a plant to kill him with.
He made a visit which resulted in us getting nothing. Therefore, I have to.
I see. Read yours first.
Behind the woman, a dark skeletal figure began to rise, and a low primal snarl sounded across the clearing. The shepherd turned and ran, cold fear coursing through his veins. He did not run for long.
Yikes.
And I am now convinced by the way that this moon is starting to wane
It is.
that I don't think we're as close to the end of this as we thought we were.
I'm beginning to think you may be correct.
We'll see. We'll see how it behaves when it gets to the end of this little bar here.
Yeah. It's a great point. Decay gives way to new growth. From death, life. The circle starts again. West of Wither Scar, by the river.
I believe it says
White Scar. Yes, excuse me.
Dawn of the 15th day. And yet they only paid me for 3.
I imagine White Scar's probably a mountain.
White Scar Cave, P32, way southeast.
Did it say how far west? By the river. I bet it's this one.
It could be either
bank of the river. I'm starting with P29. The sun-bleached skull fixes me with its black-eyed gaze. A reminder. From the chest of the skeleton, a plant grows.
Good work. What do we got?
Well, that's just a tulip.
How many lips does that tulip have?
Corpse's friend grows from a dead body.
Yes.
Yeah, this is it. It has a soft aroma that reminds me of a pine forest.
It sure is. Devil's Nightcap, huh?
So, I think that means we have all of them.
We do not have the Swift Snare unless we are going to try.
Unless we're going to try.
But we don't know where we're landing this ritual yet, so we still have time before we have to make a commit.
Well, let's...
Damned.
Yeah, I can't remember its full name. So let's examine this some more. Site of ritual importance was created near Blackcomb, to the south of the Watcher, the Great Oak.
To the south of the Watcher, the Great Oak. And we now have the ability to...
I just wanted the map to be bigger, and it's bigger when we,
The Great Oak was N9.
And Blackcomb is a mountain right there.
And the note reads... The note reads south of that mountain, I believe.
Is there a mountain called the Watcher, or is the Great Oak called the Watcher?
I believe the Great Oak is considered the Watcher.
So it's near Blackcomb, south of the Great Oak.
Yeah. So that would be somewhere in the territory of 08 through Q10.
I'm inclined to say
Somewhere
08. Is it worth going there now without instructions? Like, when do we know to go and do it?
I don't think there's any harm in going now. If the ritual is not there, if they're not there preparing the ritual yet, then nobody's the wiser that we were even there. So you're thinking 08.
Nothing here. I'm still not convinced that that means that there's nothing there, but...
I'm not either. But it was worth a pot shot anyway, and the will to explore will just reload itself.
Yeah, I don't feel the need to, recharge it
Yeah.
and poke around.
David Jaber. I've lived in Undermere all my life, and I've never seen people as worried as they are now. Everyone's talking about the sisterhood and the servant. Yeah, 'cause it's crazy. Somebody needs to do something to stop that beast.
Don't worry, we intend to.
Oh, we
Oh.
must have a place to go. I was speaking to a woman from Arnside who told me of a cave nearby that the locals stay away from. Apparently there is a strange plant that grows there, but the cave is believed to be haunted. Unfortunately, she was vague about where the cave was. Somewhere to the east was all she would say when I pressed her. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan.
Amside.
Amside or Arnside?
One of the two. Let's locate something that looks like it.
There's Arnside, and there sure is a cave to the east, huh?
E26, the cave is White Scar.
A thin crack runs down the rock face, widening just as it nears the ground. Just wide enough for a man to slip through, but there's a problem. A large boulder blocks the entrance, too heavy to move. Oh, are you sure? Farmer's Worry has consequences. It's gonna...
Even though the book does not recognize it for some reason, we got a successful elixir out of it, as evidenced by the check mark on the note. Therefore, that must be it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that Farmer's Worry makes you really strong and then, like, really kicks your ass.
It's just spinach. Don't worry about it. See? No problem. Oh, we got a lot of good stuff.
We got Twilight Lepiota. In the twilight, where shadows grow, take leaf and root and eye of crow, a plant of gloom and despair and dark magic. Do not be fooled by the pretty flower. The smell it gives off is quite foul.
The magnifying glass should be able to help us with that if we have it among the unidentifieds.
Yes. And the cave says, I'm surprised at how easily I am able to roll away the boulder with the help of the Farmer's Worry. As my eyes adjust to the darkness, I discover several clusters of fungi growing there, reaching out desperately to the thin strip of light provided by the crack. And we got 2... Oh. We might have been wrong about the black mushroom.
It's a possibility.
Okay, so this is checkmarked. I have a feeling that you are Waxcap.
I would make such assumption, yes. Oh, yeah. No question. On a lot of fronts.
Oh, wow, you really have wandered.
That is funny. To a point.
And you. We were wrong. Dark and imposing. Strange, my fingertips feel slightly numbed.
So what's that other one we were looking at that looks close by?
I guess we don't know. Your name had been Liverstone.
Let's take
It
a look
has-
at these side by side.
It has too many dots, is the thing. This only has a couple, and this has a bunch, and a bad smell.
So we're thinking
nothing at all.
the other one is the Liverstone.
I am.
Careful, that's... Okay, there you go. It had hovered over the Ren. I was a little, concerned.
Gotta start making some room for all of our friends at the bottom of the alphabet.
Do we have any other shrooms in the book?
We've got Dead Man's Fingers, which we feel pretty confident about. We've got Glowhorn.
Yep.
Spring Wax Cap.
Oh, yeah, we do need to check out the Twilight Lepiota. What do you suppose? Do not be fooled by the pretty flower. The smell it gives off is quite foul. That smell certainly does not match. No. Overpowering, sickly sweet. Which does not match foul.
Yeah, nothing's leaping out at me.
Well, I should hope not. The floor shouldn't be moving. No,
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't either. Let's move on. We've been hovering at 10 unidentifieds for a while now.
Yeah. Simone, I haven't forgiven you for whatever it was that you gave me the other day.
Okay, so
I should have destroyed that elixir recipe when I had the chance.
but you didn't.
Whatever happens, you must not allow it to fall into the wrong hands.
Now I officially have a problem with her.
I mean, well, you don't lie, so this might be difficult for you to wrap your head around. But like when you're telling a lie or you're trying to keep something, especially if you think it's for like safety reasons, if someone weasels it out of you, it feels bad.
Oh, the lie is not the reason that I have a problem with her.
My wife of 30 years is dying. That is the truth of it, as painful as it is to say out loud. The doctors say there is nothing they can do, but I cannot sit by and wait for it to happen.
So what are you thinking about?
A man at the hospice let slip about a plant-based elixir. I don't think he meant for me to hear it, but I did, and it's all I can think about.
Do you have a name for it?
I understand the risks, but any price is worth paying if it means she doesn't have to die.
Alright.
Please, I'm begging you. I don't know, dude.
Well, to quote badly Google translated Paper Mario, now you're damned, doofus. It's the red elixir on
I
the
know. I can't recommend it.
What's the worst that can happen? We take 3 strikes.
I can't not do it. But he's making the wrong choice.
We're damned! Hooray! Wait. That's not good. I should be saying that like... Wait a minute. Haverage.
Pretty blue flowers line the stems of this sought-after plant. It is said that if you give haverage to your beloved under the light of a full moon, you will both live long and blessed lives.
I'm pretty convinced we've got something like that. Uh-huh. Pretty damn convincing.
It's a little weird that they don't mention the smell, but...
No, but I'm very convinced by the sketch.
So, if you're convinced by a sketch, but the thing that the person talks about is missing.
Then we're probably going to have to go for this, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay. I'll go with it, unless I see something more convincing.
Of course. R.
Of course, if I'm wrong about this, this is going to really screw up my confidence for Cave.
Well, if you save a lot, you don't have to get everything right the first time.
True.
Althea or Shay?
But it's a matter of priding myself on a certain skill set. That's
What a
all.
delightful shop you have. I'm only in
Thank
town
you.
for a brief visit, but I heard I might be able to get a hold of some liverstone here.
You absolutely can. Please
Why
wait
do
right
you
here.
want it?
Why wouldn't you want it?
Because it's a paralyzing agent.
You don't think somebody might have a paralyzing fetish?
I don't think it's it's probably not a fetish, but it's still. I mean, as long as you know what you're doing.
Listen, a confirmation is a confirmation.
It's true. Thum. Oh, excuse me. Pronounced tomb. This flower is sometimes associated with death. Tomb is used as a fragrance in soaps and candles. Well, alright then. Hope it doesn't smell like death.
God damn it, you beat me to it. I was too busy laughing at the novelty of it.
Tomb.
So...
Maybe.
possible.
It's a good smell, and the leaves are a maybe.
But why does death smell so good?
I think it's mostly associated with death purely on strength of the name.
Fucking advertising slogan. Should we?
Mm.
Should we start making crazy suppositions now on the visuals?
I mean, we've got the yellow, red, purple system for a reason.
True. Alright. Worst that can happen is we take a strike, we sleep it off, we're okay the next day.
That is the hope.
If it keeps replenishing our lives like that, like hero points in a Pathfinder campaign, we're good. We can
It's true.
screw up stuff.
Well,
Hero points.
give or take, but yes. Oh, great.
You.
Uh-oh. I can't control it anymore. This has all gone too far. I never meant for it to turn on my sisters. It's too
So why do you
strong.
think we're
I'm trying to hold it back, but it wants to kill, and that's all it wants. Death, death, and more death.
If you're about to give us Audrey,
You have to help me.
okay, so remind me again, what are the meaningful differences between these two?
Strengthen, resolve, and sharpen the mind, presumably to give control back to her.
Okay.
Said to induce fear.
We need confirmation on Widow's Woe anyway, to be certain that it's part of the ritual. We can get that confirmation, or we can... Oh fuck, I like inducing fear. I say Widow's Woe.
I just... So I think if we do Widow's Woe, there will be some, like, deaths of, like, it rampaging without any control, but we will get that confirmation. I think the point of giving her the dead man's fingers is it would be like, she can kind of hold it back for a couple more days while we finish figuring out exactly what we need for the ritual.
So here's the question. What are you a student of? Are you a student of chaos, or are you a student of order? Are you a changeling, or are you a founder?
Unfortunately, order. But I still think I'm going to do the Widow's Woe.
Yeah? Well, I'm proud of you for taking a stand against your own convictions.
Don't say it like that.
Well, we've done the thing, and our reward is...
Carnivorous Tauren. Known in the north as Andrew's Bane after the unfortunate demise of a man called Andrew Jardine. He was caught and slowly eaten alive by a large specimen of the Tauren. Revered in the occult world, a cross-section of the Tauren stem reveals pentagonal symmetry.
This makes me think back to Donald Duck in Math Magic Land. A videotape I used to watch every day in 3rd grade before classes actually started.
I bet that drove your parents insane.
No, I actually managed to impress them with the things that I learned, including certain pool tricks. Anyway.
This doesn't actually give us...
I don't see anything pentagonal about this, but I mean, that the bulb design certainly lends itself well to eating alive.
I know.
I mean, like...
That's a real stretch. But then again, how would you show pentagonal symmetry in 2 dimensions?
Well, certainly not from this angle. We need to see it from a top down.
I'm leaving it for now.
Yeah. We have enough less than normal founded suppositions out
Right,
there.
and if somebody asks us for it, and God knows why we would, then we can do it or not. Hollis Gibb. There's been talk over the last few nights down the Royal Oak of a servant creature going around slaughtering people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're aware. I used to enjoy walking in the hills, but I daren't leave my house now.
Hold it just a minute, then what?
I've decided to bring nature to me in the meantime.
Hang on a minute, man. Why are you here then?
I mean, I guess within reason. There you go.
Well, here, have yourself a flashlight.
Pennybell. The leaves of the pennybell are chewed by some for their hallucinogenic properties. However, it is highly addictive and can lead to sickness and death.
Based on the name and the shape of those leaves, I am convinced that what we believed to be Swift Snare is not actually Swift Snare.
Oh my goodness.
I'm pretty sure that's Pennybell. I mean, you tell me, the damn thing has bells.
Let us have bells. Yeah, alright, I'll go with it. Alright. Faye Swift. I understand it now. My mind is linked to the servant. With the elixir, I will be able to throw out the woman in the jade mask and take control for myself.
We've kind of already helped you with that.
Together we can end this. Meet me at the Daughter's Stone Circle tomorrow and bring the elixir.
The Daughter's Stone Circle. The Daughter's Stone Circle and... Daughter's Stone Circle. Do we even know where that... Oh, there it is. A25...
It says at the top.
Yeah. Okay, I see it. And bring the elixir. To which elixir does she refer again? Is it the 5-planted one?
No, it's the one that I didn't even want to make. The elixir of
Oh.
control.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to bring down the woman in the jade mask.
Yeah.
The reason being, only cowards hide behind masks like that.
Mm.
It's a very poor reason, but it's a reason. So, we have to go there tomorrow. And it seems we've met all the important folks. And all but one have a name. Alright. She finally had the power she had craved all these years. A servant to do as she willed, but that power came at a cost. The servant was awoken, and it would not be contained. It was the Dendru, the dread. It was death.
To the east of the castle, across the river and through the mountain pass. It grows at the edge of the wood.
Okay. Is there only one castle around here?
No, but I think that picture might actually be helpful.
Hopefully. Well, we got a couple places to go.
There's Sizerg Castle.
Right.
Maybe it is the only thing that's actually called... Nope, there's Muncaster Castle as well. Let's see if there's any others. There's Kirkhead Tower. And Glaiston Castle.
To the east of the castle, across the river, and through the mountain pass.
That's true, we might be able to work backwards.
Yeah, so... At the edge of the wood.
It could be
Edge.
Sizerg Castle. Because
Yeah, that-
east is across a river, there's some mountains, the edge of a wood.
So K31 seems a reasonable supposition.
Muncaster technically crosses a river.
There's no mountain pass, though.
No mountains before a
on
wood.
that path. Yeah.
There's Glaiston Castle. No
No
mountains. Kirkhead Tower, if it isn't even is a castle, kind of has the right shape. But
Even
also,
then, no mountains.
let's see, what else do we have, if anything?
K31 smells pretty likely at this point.
Indeed.
There's Siremont Castle in B1, but there are there's no river. I'm satisfied with K31.
I think I am too. So, we've decided it's,
K31.
the trees sway effortlessly in the cool breeze. The low hum of crickets chirping rides the wind. A sense of calm washes over me, and I'm rewarded with a new find.
Say,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I'm thinking?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm thinking we've just gotten our last red label.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And just in time for the fucking ritual. Or so I would guess. So our next locale will be 825. If we intend to drop off the potion.
Do
While you're
we?
gathering. Well, I mean, if we want to bring down the woman with the jade mask, this.
I mean,
we've
she's
already
gonna get
taken-
brought down regardless, because either it's banished or it's taken away from her.
We've already taken one step by giving her the fear plant.
Oh, Silver's been talking.
Oh, has he? Shit.
Yeah, but I don't know when.
Can't you spare a couple of cookies to keep the fucking time chats on? Stupid shit. You know what? Fuck it, I'm not gonna dig for it. Sorry, Silver. Science! Notes don't lie. The mystical power of the to-do list.
Oh, Verona! It is time. The servant is on the move again. Time to act. Meet me at the ritual site. I hope for all our sakes that you've been able to track down all the plants we need.
I believe we have. So we may be at the end of this.
I have a decision to make. Do I meet with Faye Swift, or do I follow Verona to perform the ritual?
Do we know where the ritual site is? I'm pretty sure we had no better than a geographical guess.
We have a geographical guess.
I mean, I guess we could grope around and try and find that ritual site.
I mean, if we're gonna do either of them, I want it to be with Verona. Yeah.
My Verona.
Yes. Listen, the woman in the jade mask is going down no matter what, but one of them gets the horrible hellbeast out of the world, and the other doesn't.
So this will be ritual.
Yes. Which
Then we
I
need-
thought was oh whatever.
tried 08.
Yeah, but
Sure
there
that
was nobody
circle in the
there.
wood- Are we sure that circle in the wood in 09 is not a more likely position?
Oh, interesting. Yeah, let's go to shop.
We
Oh,
have
well
come.
done. A small stone shrine sits off to one side of the clearing. 5 grooves run out from the center of the stone, widening into recesses at the base. 5 slots for 5 plants.
So,
Do you think they gotta be in order?
I don't see anything to indicate that.
But poetically.
But in which order? Is it clockwise or?
Yeah. Isn't everything?
Yeah, I suppose.
The lift the curse was long. Very good. Let's do it. Hey!
Yeah!
Well done. I will take it from
Oh.
here.
All 5 of them are purple!
I stand back and watch as Verona walks around the shrine, muttering soft incantations. It feels like a long time passes before she looks up, but in reality it was perhaps only 10 minutes. Nothing's happening. What do you mean nothing's happening? Have we got the right plants? I think so. Perhaps we just need to be patient. A huge, splintering crash behind us makes us all spin round to look across the clearing. A huge creature, its head and shoulders visible above the treetops, is making its way towards us, ripping up trees as it advances. The servant.
Can't we just feed it the damned potion?
What was that about being patient? I think we're out of time. At that moment, the woman in the jade mask comes hurtling out of the woods at the other side of the clearing. She takes in the scene and heads towards Reuben, ripping her mask off and flinging it into the dirt. Oh no. Father!
Oh my God.
Thea? Reuben runs towards her and they embrace in the center of the clearing as the servant bears down. I can clearly see the tears flowing down Thea's stricken face as she looks up at her father. I'm so sorry. I've been a fool. I thought I could control it, but I can't. It's too strong. What have I done? She runs towards us at the shrine, bringing out a small vial of red liquid from within her cloak and thrusting it into Verona's hands. It's blood. My blood. I know what to do. But before she can act, the servant bursts through into the clearing, sending 100-year-old ash and elm hurtling as though they were saplings. Do your worst! Reuben locks eyes with the servant and grabs a sturdy branch, running off to the side to draw the creature away from the shrine. The huge beast lunges towards him with a terrifying roar.
Wait, just a second here. Nobody's rolled for initiative yet.
Yeah.
What's going on here? What kind of game is this?
Reuben brings up the branch as the servant closes the gap and brings its large skeletal claw arching down. The branch splinters, and Reuben is sent reeling backwards, but he doesn't have time to regain his footing before the beast is on him, slashing and maiming. Father, no! Thea crumples to the floor, wailing, as Verona fumbles with the stoppered vial, turning back towards the shrine. She pours the blood into a small cavity at its base, and then everything happens at once. The servant makes a desperate charge towards us, and I am certain that we are going to be devoured, but Thea steps forward and raises her arms. Get back, servant! Stop! I command you! The servant falters for a moment, as though wrestling against some invisible force, but it regains control almost immediately. It thrusts one spear-like appendage forward and impales Thea through the abdomen. At the same time, a pillar of bright white light launches out of the shrine towards the servant and hits it in the chest. The huge beast shrieks and staggers backwards, flinging Thea's lifeless body to one side. There is an almighty thunderclap and a blinding flash of light, and suddenly the servant is gone. A patch of charred ground smolders where it stood just moments before. My head is spinning at what just happened. Did it work? Have we defeated the servant? Achievement unlocked. Banished. Friday. With the dust settled and the servant vanquished, I have been able to reflect on the events of the last few weeks. The devastation wrought by the ancient beast was greater than anyone had imagined. By the end, they had lost control entirely, as has been made clear from the tales coming from Haverig and Boodle. Without our intervention, who could say what the final toll would have been? In contrast, Undermere has never felt so jubilant, so full of life. All the nervous tension that had built up evaporated in an instant, and the people have plowed their energies into celebration and merriment. They do not know the whole truth, of course, that Thea, the woman in the jade mask, was the one who summoned the servant. In the end, she gave her life to help us defeat it. Verona and I have kept quiet by unspoken agreement. And as for myself, well, I'm back in the calm of strange horticulture, of course, with Hellbor for company. It's quieter around here, and I miss my friend, Reuben, but I am content, and there are always more plants to learn about and discover. We got ending 1. A bloody mess. The servant is gone. A victory of sorts, but one tinged with sadness at the death of our friend. The end. Ending 1. Tomb.
Wonder how many endings there are.
Indeed.
I'm reading all the fates here.
Isidore Burbridge, alive, currently pursuing legal action against strange horticulture. Extremely well done. I would love to see if they do other stuff. Or if they have done other stuff.
So do we have the ability to continue on this save? Because we could keep seeking out plans for the next 20 minutes.
I don't know. What a good question.
But as far as at the end of tonight's session, is that it for this, you think? Or do you want to try and fill the book? If we can.
If we can, then maybe.
Okay. In the meantime, here's all the people that had a hand in this. All the people that are responsible for the award's unfortunate death.
I mean,
How do you all feel? How do you all sleep at night?
oh, for Christ's
Having
sake.
taken an innocent young woman to such a horrible, gruesome death.
Yeah.
How
I'll be honest, I don't remember her at all. Did we ever meet her before?
Not without the mask.
So, I guess it wasn't as impactful as it could have been. Because
Yeah, but
I don't know her.
yeah, but a poor young lady is dead here. And
Yeah,
a
so is like a lot of other people.
Look, she made one mistake. She was allured by the beauty of Jade. Is that worth dying? Is that an appropriate punishment?
So was she... She was not the woman in the little story we had been following. Because, like, that woman had, like, an awful life. And I think that was, like, maybe an account from the last time all of this had happened.
Perhaps. But I certainly wouldn't have guessed that Reuben would have given the bad life.
I mean, like, it's always tough to be... Oh, this is just restarting, isn't it? Yes, it is.
Appears to be.
It's always tough to be the child of...
Yeah.
We can continue.
And it tells us how many plants we've identified. And how many are left. How cool.
Have you ever heard of the Monastery of the Black Veil? I think it would interest you. I learned of it from a man from Ravenglass. If you're ever in that part of the world, you should ask him about it. He owns the Horseshoe Inn on Main Street.
So a direct course to Ravenglass seems like the right move here.
Indeed. We still haven't figured out what the hell that is.
Yeah, I know. Unless it's one of those X marks the spot jokes.
I'm putting away the thing about the ritual site.
Yeah, at this point I don't think that's
But I would
necessary.
like you to know that she ended her stream early and totally had the power to raid your stream and chose not to choose violence this time.
Thank her profusely. Violetta ended her stream early and could have raided us, but chose not to because she chose not to choose violence. She chose peace instead. And I'm very grateful because there's truly absolutely nothing for anyone to see here. We just finished the game.
Sure there are. There are 56 plants, 3 elixirs, a bunch of papers, a bunch of toys, and, well...
And a cat that is frankly not that satisfying to interact with.
How dare you?
It's
How dare
It's
you?
fine. I want more petting. I want less click. I want more pet. I want to move the cursor.
Okay, that's better.
My love, make sure you keep all your clothes on.
I wasn't getting undressed.
Just checking.
I was settling down into the beanbag.
Oh, sorry, excuse me.
I just want everyone to be happy. And if you're gonna take your clothes off, you better be earning money for it.
I was gonna say, if you want everyone to be happy, what the...
That's how I feel.
This is Ravenglass. I am met by a man with a thick black beard and kind eyes who is delighted to have found a willing ear to listen to his stories. You won't find the monastery of the Black Veil marked on any map. They don't want to be found. The monastery was on the edge of a wood. I remember that much. We must have been heading west because I could feel the sun on my face and it was evening. We crossed 2 rivers. Then we followed a river for a while. I could hear it to my left as we traveled. They left me here in Ravenglass and I've stayed ever since. As I turn to leave, he adds, "Here, if you're serious about this, you'd better have this." 2 letters. And lots of goings. The elixir of the Black Veil. No seed will grow that does not wither. No water will languish upon the river. No man will last forever hail. We all will wear the blackened veil. Leaf of the Storian, dark flower of the tomb, stench of the twilight. And his directions.
And, yeah, okay.
So
Well,
let's
we
make
have-
up the elixir.
We have the tomb.
And we have the Storian, and Storian is this guy.
And Twilight.
Twilight we never decided on, but we had... Did we have a maybe?
Can we check the book?
We can and we will.
Twilight Lepiota.
No, we don't have it. Because we couldn't find anything that smelled bad.
Right.
Okay, so we're not ready to do this.
No. So let's keep it here. So, cross 2 rivers.
Okay,
Yeah.
so edge of a wood.
The monastery was on the edge of the woods, so that's the end instruction.
They left me here in Ravenglass. So he came from there.
Right.
So we have to work backwards.
Okay, so Ravenglass is J6.
He heard the river on his left.
So the right.
Crossed, and then we followed a river for a while.
So following the river comes first. And
Probably
then the crossing is
north.
Going backwards. Yeah.
Crossed a couple.
But where did we cross though? Edge of a wood would be the final instructions. So
Kind of any of these, right?
my best guess is I-12. That's my absolute best guess. It could
I'll
be
do it. Oh, they need the elixir. 3 figures, their faces hidden behind black coverings, come out to meet me. The figure on the left speaks first. The monks of the Black Veil know of the horticulturist. Then the one in the center of the group adds, they will share their knowledge if they receive the payment. The final member of the trio stays silent.
I feel like doing something crazy. But do we have the means to do it?
I don't think it will let us make an elixir here right now.
In that case, we can take the knowledge that it is I-12 to find this place
Indeed.
and run away. I really wish the top of my view would not blur out the way it does, because all the plants are up there. There we go.
I mean, we could just try them.
We could. I don't see anything to try with, though.
We've got the other 2.
You're gonna make an attempt with the story, or never mind. The story is one of them. Oh no, those are purple now.
Thank you.
Because I mean they worked. We are guaranteed that those are in, regardless of what the book says. Damned. The other 3 reds appear to have been bumped out of order.
And where did you go?
And the tomb is one of those, and
I'm doing that one.
alright.
Nope.
Oh. Well, fortunately, that looks like less than a standard strike, so we know that's not the correct land. While you're doing that, I need a piss, BRB.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna examine the ones that we're not sure of. Large stamen and acerbic odor. Somewhat pungent. Doesn't necessarily seem quite foul. But what else? What else could they be? Delicate flowers. Definitely not the right leaves. Very strong, slightly aniseedy. I don't like that smell, but that doesn't mean that's what it is. Doesn't mention anything about its leaves, except for the drawing, but does that count as mentioning? I mean, I suppose I could just feed it plants and see what happens. This is the only thing that we have going on right now. It's got the sharp thorns, the leaves are not even close. I'm not convinced.
What do you think?
Well, we could just sort of trial and error. We could Bruce Fort. This is the only thing we have going on right now. Although, you know.
Can we still take customers?
Yes. Hi, Simone.
Yeah, let's just do that.
It's good to see you too, Halbor. It has been a while.
Oh.
You seem as relaxed as ever, though. Nothing phases you, does it? I must admit I've been buried in my books and seem to have missed all the excitement. I hear you and your plants had a part to play, though.
You could say that.
I've been collating some information on a selection of plants for a little book I'm putting together.
Oh?
I was hoping you could help me finish identifying all these plants.
Okay, what do you have for it?
Let's start with the moonlight flower, Bella Nox. I've always loved that one.
Do we have a yellow for it?
No, I've never heard of that in my life. It would just be a guess.
Bella Nox.
See anything that could be like beautiful night or a moonlight flower? Out of the ones we don't have?
Could be a dark flower. Try that one furthest right.
Here. Oh my god.
Wow.
Hang on, Simone. I need to take care of something.
So that is Bella Nox. Spring wax cap we do have.
Yes, we do. I tremble. That is you. There you go.
Cool.
This is, I guess, the quiz portion. Ah, Haverage. Some romantic soul once gave me a stem of Haverage. I think I offended the poor boy when I gagged on the scent. He took it as a bad omen.
Do we have? Yeah, we do.
I
Now this is
can't
more
believe
like
we
it.
no-scoped.
This is more like it. I am so happy.
I think I'll give Fool's Midnight a miss, thanks. I've never heard of that, and we don't have it. I'm inclined to say maybe it's one of the more unpleasant ones.
That dark mushroom. Maybe. Midnight.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
I wonder if we had made different choices, would we have gotten different rewards for those choices? Do you know what I mean?
I do. I don't know though. Okay, so based on that description there, devil. What mom puts in her tea. Secret ingredient that makes it extra soothing. Now I'm not a tea drinker, I'll preface that right now. But
This smells sweet, strawberry dipped in honey. This smells bland. This is delicate. This will bite you. This is leathery, strong. I'm inclined to say either of the first two. What do you think?
Now, I don't have much experience with tea, so I will ask, do tea leaves before they're brewed usually have a scent to them?
Well, tea smells like tea. But when you have additives in them, like if you have other leaves and plants, yes, you can smell them. Even before it's brewed, when it's just in the bag.
Additives, huh?
Things that are not just tea. Other herbs. Or flavors. Or fruits.
Out of those choices, number 2. Oh my god.
Now I'm beginning to think that maybe they're just like telling us we're all correct. Although the number keeps going up.
Let's test that theory, actually. First of all, where's the Lesser Meriadoc?
It's probably under the else. If I've done my job correctly.
Give her anything else. Let's test that theory. Okay, that's alright. Now we know that it's not just blowing smoke. Which means I've just pulled 3 miracles in a row.
I can't believe we're no-scoping those. It says here that Umbrella smells of strawberries. There are so many conflicting aromas in this shop, I can't pick it out. This is the one that says it's...
That's quite obviously. So that's Umbrella. Never heard of Avulum? We have.
We certainly think so. I remember being a little unsure about that. Go us.
Yay. Now, here's where my theory comes into play. Yeah.
Yeah, good work.
Burnham. That's a name I don't think I recognize, and we can clearly see it is not in the book.
Mother often uses burdock leaves in her cooking. She's too stubborn for superstitions.
That to me would suggest strong leaves, which I believe was the rightmost.
Unbelievable.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby.
See, this is just real life logic at this point.
Yes.
Guess is based upon.
Yeah, some of those are like quite guesses.
Poliscus.
Another herbal remedy for sore throats that doesn't work. Oh well, let's see what it looks like at least. I hope it's not the one with all the thorns. I would be upset if it had been the other one. You have to really want... what even was that? Did I spell it right?
I think it's US at the end. Poliscus.
I didn't even look.
This.
We never got it. We don't have it.
How many yellow labels have we got left?
Some.
After you put that down.
Palliance, Pennybell, Fennet Priddle. So we've got Palliance.
Alright, how many yellows have we got left?
We've got
One,
Meekdew.
two,
So that's
three,
3,
five,
4, 5, 6, 7.
7, 8,
Wait, no, Thumenstorian. No, haven't been confirmed.
9. Are you telling me Agori is the only one we don't actually have?
I don't even know what to do about that.
Shit, I don't either. Don't tell me we've come all this way. We've got 9 out of the 10 plants in our fucking nursery. Oh my god.
What do we do if we don't have it? That's never... They've never asked us for something we literally did not possess, except for the elixirs, and those come up later.
We better think before we make another pot shot. The only thing I can think of is there's still that one card that we don't have solved. Wait. Check the archive. I seem to remember something with a picture of a flower on it that looked like a puff. Or was it another flower altogether I was thinking of? Oh, you know what? I might be thinking of the cards that gave us the code to that secret drawer.
Hmm. Not really hugely puffed.
I'm really disturbed by this. Is there something somewhere that we missed? And there's not much here we haven't solved, right? Say,
That would be what? N.
holy shit, Wit.
Thanks.
And 6.
So I don't know if we could do it right this second. Simone will be right back.
Try it.
The gentle sound of flowing water, the sunlight through scattered clouds, a reset, 2 plants.
Wait, you did it! Oh my god! And say, that might be the twilight plant for that last elixir. Looking at those leaves.
Do you smell bad? A rather unpleasant scent!
Win. Nicely done.
Hell yeah.
First of all,
Hell yeah!
yeah, let's drill through this. I think at this pace, we're gonna finish this right now. Oh my god.
I'm leaving these here. I don't have time for this.
Oh, you finally given up your web organization?
Yes. Whoops.
Yeah.
Whoops. Clicked on the bell behind it. Yeah, we're fucking... This game...
We've got this. There are 6 left. The game is giving us the rest of the book as a reward.
I mean, it's gotta be this guy, right? It goes off of nothing, but like, who else could it be? Tin Man's fingers? I got some of those. They look like this.
What What gave you the idea to check the coastline on the map?
That shape had been bothering me.
That's brilliant.
You would have figured it out eventually. That's absolutely the kind of thing you would have thought of.
Yeah, but the fact that I took long enough to get there that we got to the end of the game.
That you took long enough to figure it out that a dum-dum like me figured it out. You're right, you should be embarrassed.
You're not a dum-dum.
Hey, we got them all! Well, that seems to be all of them. You know, I think you've earned the right to call yourself an experienced horticulturist. And we even got an achievement called that.
I'll tell you what, I was not expecting that. So what happens if we... Oh, you want to do this?
Yeah, don't we?
Alright, so that's Storian, Tomb, and Twilight.
Sure is black.
Twilight something. Yeah.
We're almost finished. Oh, you do a bite. Why do you do a bite? Oh, kind of wet. From the humidity of your breath, among other things.
Wait, who's doing the bite?
Kuro was doing a bit of a bite.
I see.
Alright, let's go back to, what was it, N9?
I-12 is where we will... I-12? Somewhere 12. Yes, I-12 is the edge of wood where we hand off this elixir.
There you
The
go.
elixir of the seven tails.
The third member of the trio accepts the elixir, and together they disappear into the monastery. Sometime later, they return with a stack of parchment, with a bunch of book entries.
I mean, we've found them all. 6 of them. Okay, our remaining letters. That goes away, that goes away.
This taught us how to cure that woman's husband.
Yep. I don't think we have any further need for that. We can't make,
And this was instructions on the smuggler's disc.
which...
We have used to great effect. Although we never did know who was giving us those clues.
I mean, fucking hell, we did it. So what happens if we end the day now with everything done?
Main menu, I think. Hell yeah, dude.
Well, that answers that and pretty much every other fucking question, doesn't it?
This game rules.
That was awesome.
This rules start to finish.
Yeah, it did. I enjoyed that.
Even Kuro said she would play it, although not on stream, because she wants lots and lots of time to play with her organizing.
Yeah. And if I were to join her on that, obviously I've got all this advanced knowledge now,
Yeah,
and
it's so fresh in your mind.
I only missed one clue to begin with, so it wouldn't be particularly fair to her if I'm just there not saying anything.
Yeah, you would either have to be just color commentary, and you would have to be doing so much of that that it would almost be distracting, since you wouldn't be allowed to say anything else.
Yeah, kind of like the Siberia principle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Only when we do the second game, I won't have to do that because I don't know the second game at all.
Yeah. And I will be just as unhelpful this time as I was last time, because I cannot for the life of me remember what events happened in which game. And I don't remember the specifics of puzzles. I get them confused with all the other puzzle games we've played.
Right.
Which means
Well,
that next week we both go into Colossal Cave, pretty fresh. I've seen a couple of rooms. I know
better than I got.
one or two, like, secrets or procedures. There's, like, something that was actually more obvious in the old version and less obvious in this one that you might need my help to figure out that it's possible to do.
Oh yeah, and that stupid thing about the beginning tutorial or whatever that was.
It's if you turn on hints, you can't get the perfect score, but you do have what?
More time.
2/3 as many turns again.
As a purist, that pisses me off so much. But
Well, they want that to have been like the challenge. Like
I know what they want.
it's
Like,
so the people who wrote the game, one of them especially was he and his wife genuinely were cave spelunkers. They really enjoyed going in and exploring and mapping caves.
yeah, but did they have hints?
Well, so the point is, when you're ready to and we're gonna reach the end of the cave, you don't do that on your first try. You do lots of exploratory tries as you learn more and more. So when
Which I
you're
guess
ready
what
to
I-
do and we're gonna go for it, you have already done all the prep work. And since you and I have done 0 prep work, our first run should be let's see how this goes. And as such, we're gonna need all the help we can get. And most of that help is going to be wanting to click on everything. Because you like the complete experience,
Yeah.
right? If you needed to preserve
Yeah.
those turns, you would have to do a lot of not looking at stuff.
Yeah, when you put it that way, I can think about it a little differently there. But
I want to hear. You haven't heard the narrator's voice yet. He has an incredible voice. We're going to want to hear it as much as possible. And so we're going to click on every fucking thing.
sounds all right to me.
So
Well,
I'm very
we'll be
excited.
We'll be on Alpha Star DX next week then, and for the duration of Colossal Cave. So let's see what we got.
Yes,
Let's
let
see
us
what we're capable of.
bid a very, very fond farewell to Strange Horticulture and say that the people who made this game did a fantastic job, and I will be looking up their studio to see if they've done anything else. And if they have an ability to follow that studio, I'm going to be doing it because I really like the way they think.
All right.
And we will do this again next week.
But thanks, Whit. I'm Alpha. And tonight, for the next 2 hours, we're going to bring you the finale of Strange Horticulture, where hopefully we'll manage to fill up the entire book, stop a dangerous cult, and keep getting filthy camera looks from Whit as I do exactly the thing that I should have done because I opened with the outro. And tidwinks are awfully hard to come by. Goodbye.